You're tuned in to BS with Joe, the podcast where common sense still makes sense. We break down the news, the culture, and the crazy, one blunt conversation at a time. Buckle up. This is going to be good. All right, so in episode 1, we lit the match. We read you the viral post. And
we opened up with that.
Yeah.
That was the first one. Now, we're going into some of the numbers on this one. We went in a little bit of numbers on the last one. So where Americans agree on privilege, the Gallup poll of 2024, or 2024, sorry.
Yeah, 2024.
Hard work, undervalued, learn advantage exists.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And both.
And both.
So who's privileged, basically?
Yeah. Who's privileged, who's not privileged, and who's got a little bit of privilege.
Originally, privilege in the U.S. conversation almost always meant white privilege. It was framed through a lens of race, let's face it, history and structural advantage. But in the last decade, the meaning has expanded and maybe even fractured.
Well, the thing is like, I don't really believe it was all done in race, but a lot of people looked at it through a lens of race.
Well, let me ask you this. If somebody says to you, check your privilege, what do you think?
It's because I'm white.
Yep. So, race versus economics.
Yep. That's what it boils down to.
Surveys show that for conservatives, privilege often means economic. Mm-hmm. That the trust fund kid.
Yeah, you talk to another white person and you ask them what's your privilege. Well, it's who's got the wealthy family that you're always going to have money. You're never going to be on the streets. You're never going to struggle for your life.
Right. So, race versus wealth. There was a chart for that.
Yeah.
I'm not as organized as I should be for this.
Well, that's all right.
So, then you've got what I call behavioral privilege. People saying, hey, I made good choices, I stayed out of trouble, I stayed in school, why am I being told I'm privileged? That rubs a lot of people the wrong way because they feel like their effort is being discounted.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, it all depends on what culturally area are you from. Like, if you're on the mean streets of Detroit, you know, and you say, oh, you're privileged, it's probably because you have a father. It could be. This is from somebody looking from the outside in.
Where's the line between acknowledging systems and celebrating effort?
Yep.
So, the shifting definition of privilege, today it's more than just race or wealth. It's who has access to healthcare, who's got access to stable housing and to good schools. You know, it's whether your zip code gives you opportunity or limits it.
And this is something that we fought in the civil rights era with school segregation.
Yeah.
So it's coming back around again. Mm-hmm. You look in New York and these prominent cities, you could easily tell who's going to the good schools and not good schools by the buses, and who's getting picked up and dropped off by their parents. You even see that today. Mm-hmm. We're Gen Xers. We never got picked up or dropped off because both our parents were working.
We were latchkey kids.
So we had to walk to our bus stop, get picked up by the bus, taken to school, dropped off at a bus stop that our school designates, and then you had to walk a couple blocks back home.
I didn't even have a bus. In elementary school, I didn't have in middle school, I didn't have a bus. I walked to school.
Elementary school, I didn't have a bus, but I walked to school even in elementary school. I think from second grade on, I walked to school. Now, yeah, I walked with a bunch of other kids, so we were safe, and we didn't get picked up by a van.
I had a bike, but it was a pain in the butt to ride the bike, so I just walked. Yeah. Because half the time the kids that brought their bikes had them stolen.
Yeah. and that happened.
It did.
But, you know, now I see when I drive down the road around school time, I can't get around the schools because you got parents getting in there, picking up their kids, buses trying to get out, trying to pick up and drop off kids. So, now privilege could be, I get picked up by my parents at school.
See, it isn't just one thing anymore. It's a contested word that means race to some, money to others, and behavior to another group.
Yeah.
So
Mean girls.
that's why these debates feel like people are shouting past each other.
Yep.
Privilege isn't just what you have; it's what you never had to think about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Privilege is not what you had to think about because you didn't have to struggle with that. You didn't have to deal with that.
Yep. So in the next episode, we're going to dig into resentment and the psychology of I follow the rules and they don't.
That's a big thing.
Yes.
So like, share, subscribe. You're probably going to get tired of me talking about this if you're listening to it in the long format. But leave a comment.